So week 2 kind of went out the window there. I took yesterday off of work just because I felt a bit, I don't know, like things were getting on top of me, and I've spoken to my supervisor and I've now put in for the rest of the week off, just like temporary sickness. There's this sense of shame and guilt that follows, as in like, because you feel as though you're faking it, you feel as though it's not real, and then when you try to just push through it, it's so overwhelmingly strong, like the effects of it, it's just, yeah, you can't, like, you just can't. I haven't been to the gym since like last Thursday, I think. I've just felt absolutely crushed by everything that's going on, and I'm so tired and I just can't sleep properly. I recorded so much like mopey bullshit like this for week 1, and then I cut it all out because I wanted it to just be like this quick, concise, mostly optimistic but like brutally honest about myself sort of, you know, weekly recap. And then I fucked it up week 2 and I can't even fucking do it properly. I've took the time off work, and in good faith I'm gonna take steps to feeling better. It's a nice day. I need to just get out of this rut before it sort of caves in on me. I think I'm gonna, I don't know. We're gonna just do our best to feel better, because I just don't at the minute. I feel fucking dreadful. First session back was kind of rough. I didn't really feel great, obviously, given the circumstances. And I also only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 reps on 100 kg on bench, when in my previous session I got 14, which is a fairly stark difference, if I do say so myself. Yeah, that was crushing. That is honestly shocking, and I don't know how on earth I lost so much strength / coordination over the course of 1 week of just feeling mentally and physically ill. But whatever, we move. Yeah, this is kind of funky, right? The lighting's not the best here, but you can kind of gauge the general width of my back, which generally I'm quite happy with. The main thing I'm unhappy with in my physique right now is my triceps. I think they, even though I've prioritized them for a long time and I've trained them intelligently for a long time, like you can see that right there, the lack of long head development. Here's a bit of a better showcase. Like, they don't look that disproportionate when they're pumped, but you can clearly see from the lack of like hang when they're up and flexed in like a bicep flexing position, just the lack of total like mass. Now I don't know, I do believe my triceps insert a lot higher than most of the people's, so a lot of the mass is quite high up. Like, look there, you can see the little flare of the triceps. So while I don't necessarily have weak triceps as such, they're not very big, which is frustrating because it's like I've been trying to grow them for a long fucking time. You can see how disproportionately big my chest is, and I'm happy with my back growth, my back strength. I think my shoulders are pretty well developed. Could be a little bit better, but the size is there, just the definition will come with the leanness. Biceps and forearms could obviously be a little bit bigger. I'm generally happy with them. Forearms look a bit meh from like certain angles, but like kind of like trying to get any there, you can see the muscles in there flexing. The point I'm trying to make is my forearms are fairly strong. And they only really look small from certain angles. That's also just something that will come with time. Man, my triceps, like, you can see the definition there, you can see this tricep development, but the long head's lacking, man. The long head's lacking, and I've been hammering these unilateral push downs for fucking years. I would say my triceps get the most volume out of every muscle group. That's just how it is. That's how it is sometimes, you know. You can't fucking... Beggars can't be choosers. If I'm not destined to have big arms, I'm not destined to have big arms, but I'm gonna go down fighting. Yeah, yikes, man. I was expecting to get this for at least 5 or 6 reps, and that second rep just did not want to move. So I bumped it back down to 100. Starting with some pull-ups here. I don't do anything fancy for these, you know, no excessively long negatives or anything. Just try to have, like, my arms fully extended at the bottom, chin over the bar at the top of the rep. Easy, really. Simple stuff. Just keep it simple. Lat pull downs just to be my primary, like, frontal plane movement for my back. I've recently switched to these just because, I don't know, no real reason. I've just been having fun. I've just been having fun doing them. So as you saw just then on the previous set, I got 9 reps with body weight, and on this set I get 10. Though this one is with 0 reps in reserve, as you can see in the bottom left corner there. Yep, taking our sweet time getting there though, am I right, guys? Moving on. So here we have some dumbbell curls. I've been doing them like this recently, like alternating unilateral, just standard regular old dumbbell curls. I've flip-flopped between preacher curls, recline curls, Bayesian curls, cable curls, you name it, everything. And as of late, I'm just enjoying the simple movements where I can kind of like put my ego into it a little bit and just fucking lift heavy. You can see there's a tiny bit of sway, there's a little tiny bit of swing in my movement here, but it's mostly controlled. As you can see, look at there's a very clear pause at the top of the rep. There you go, another pause. And I just do the same way here for another 9 reps. Believe me or don't believe me, I don't think anyone wants to sit through the whole fucking thing, so I'm gonna just move on to the next the next movement here. Flaring my arms out here, so chest supported upper back rows. So I'm doing this for my traps and like upper mid back. I decided to go light for my first set just because, like, fuck it, why not? As you can see, I'm using the like horizontally facing handles as opposed to like the lower vertically pointed ones. I guess you can call them that, I don't know. You can't really tell from this angle, but my elbows are flared out, just trying to retract my scapula. I get a lot more ROM on this than I see a lot of other people doing. I prefer it that way. I prefer it that way, just a standardized form. So I got 19 reps with 40 kg there. Decided to go a bit heavier in my second set. Worked 65 on there. I think the most I've ever gotten 65 for is 6 reps. Here are 5 kind of sloppy ones. Admittedly, that 5th rep did look kind of easy. However, that was I definitely didn't have anything else left in the tank. Hammer curls, pretty much the same principle as my dumbbell curls. Just pick up some heavy fucking dumbbells, and flex your elbows. Flex your elbows. It's really that fucking simple. If you want to grow your biceps, flex your elbows. Pick an elbow flexor movement where you're bringing your wrist from a fully extended position to a flexed position with some sort of resistance. Get really fucking strong at that movement and your biceps will grow. It's really just that fucking simple. Don't overcomplicate it with all these different types of movements. Going into ego territory here, picked up the fucking 25s, thinking I'm a big boy when I'm not. Only at 5 reps. However though, that ain't that bad. That ain't that bad. 5 decently clean reps. You know, it looks like I'm swinging. I'm not really. I'm leaning a tiny bit. You can see my elbow goes past 90 degrees there, and that's my. I count it if it goes to there. For my pull downs, it's just simple. Just pull down past the chin. Your elbows don't really need to extend past like 120 degrees because that's where your lats lose leverage. So I don't. I sometimes go a little bit higher just because, you know, I'm not a fucking perfectionist or anything. Tiny pause at the bottom. Yeah, nothing major. Shoulders are coming through. You can see the bicep veins, side chest. Pause it here. I think just the lighting just isn't hitting them properly, or it's just because it's from like a lower angle. If it was from a higher angle, you'd probably be able to see better. But damn, my arms are looking fucking shockingly bad in this in this video. I don't know. Is that just the body dysmorphia, or do I just look awful? I don't know. Who gives a fuck? Lighting's not really hitting the back properly here, but you can see the width. You can see the width. You can see it's there, especially when it's relaxed. It looks so fucking wide when it's relaxed, but not when it's flexed. It's fucking ridiculous. Look at this. Look at this bullshit. look at how much smaller my left arm looks. It's just like I can't flex it in this position. Yeah, it's weird. It's like, I think it's a posture thing. If you like go back here and you can see my right arm sits normal and my left arm is like tilted forward, which kind of impacts my leverages on basically every movement, to be honest. Which is a fucking pain in the ass, but you know what? It's fine. It's fine. Some hyperextensions. I've been loving these recently, but they are honestly getting a little bit difficult to progressively overload. I might just have to switch back to RDLs or something. But as of right now, I'm kind of fucking with them just because they're a really good way to isolate the glutes and like lower back. Second set, I whacked an extra 10 on top, got 70 for 5, but that was a fairly easy 5. I just don't want to fucking exert myself too much before the rest of my sets. So I left like 2 in the tank here. Going on to reverse cable curls, I got 60 kg for 7 reps, and that's fine. I think the most I've ever gotten 64 in this movement is like 10, but I'd done a decent amount of bicep and like brachioradialis work leading up to this, so that's to be expected. And following it right up, I do wrist curls. I got 22.5 for 9 here with 1 in reserve, and then I practically superset this with the reverse wrist curls. So you can see here I pick up to 10, and this is the first time me doing this with 10 kg dumbbells, so I get 6 measly sloppy reps, and yeah, that's that. I did also do calf raises and hamstring curls after this, but low-key I just couldn't be bothered to fucking record them because nobody gives a shit about those movements anyway. But believe me or don't believe me, whatever. I'll see you next week. Da -da 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 -da.